Hey guys, Mush here. Before you watch the content of this video, originally this video was set for me to cover one free game offering, that being Oxenfree on the Epic Game Store, and there were a couple of other topics I was getting into as well. However, as this video was being edited and rendering, Humble actually decided they would put up a free game as well, and Tacoma is free for a limited time. This is a game that you guys should definitely snag. It's a great game by Fulbright, the guys that also did Gone Home, and as a free game offering, this is tremendous. One of the better free games that I've seen in quite a bit. The game is an exploration game set aboard a seemingly empty space station in 2088. You play as Amy. She has an augmented reality device that allows her to review actions and conversations of people that were on board in the past. A lot of mystery in the game. It is a single-player, story-driven experience, a little bit light on the gameplay. However, a pretty compelling experience nonetheless. Again, Fulbright, a great studio, and the fact that they're offering Tacoma for free, I think that's pretty substantial considering this game isn't that old. It released on PC back in August of 2017, so what, a year and a half old at this point? A year and a half old game going free is pretty substantial again. And it was received pretty well across the board. A 76 on Metacritic for the PC version, and I believe this game typically goes for like $19.99 or $14.99. So again, a pretty nice free game offering, and as far as the Steam reception goes, 86% based on the 29 recent reviews, and 86% based on all-time reviews, being 1,482 reviews. So actually, even though this game was coming off the release of Gone Home, it's not like a lot of people checked out the game. For a game being out a year and a half and only having 1,482 reviews, yeah, it went under the radar quite a bit. However, if you've yet to check it out, again, now you can get it absolutely free, and the game has been updated to include over 2 hours of audio commentary as well. That's coming straight from the developers, and you can start a new game in commentary mode or enable commentary in the gameplay option, so I wouldn't recommend doing that for your first playthrough, but if you want to go back and play through the game a second time, you can do that, and that'll add another layer to your experience. So definitely a good offering as far as free games go, and the game is super easy to run. So with that being said, I'll leave a link to Tacoma in the description box as well. Let's get on to the rest of the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to highlight an awesome free game that is available right now. Yes, it is through the Epic Game Store, but I still promote the free game offerings, and this one is really, really great. And we also have insight on what the next free game offering is, and yes, they've done it again. They're offering another great game 2 weeks from now. So as much as everyone hates the Epic Game Store, I've always said a little bit black and white with them. Some things they do I am not happy with. Some things are very good for consumers, and getting great games like Oxenfree for free, that's pretty awesome. And we're getting The Witness for free in 2 weeks, so I want to highlight those two games. Speaking of the Epic Game Store, a lot was made about Metro Exodus being an Epic Game Store exclusive. I talked a lot about it. Of course, I was very displeased with how the whole situation went about. Metro Exodus being a game I was super excited for, the Steam listing being on there for so long, and then the game just shifted to an Epic Store exclusive last minute, and I thought this was going to have a drastic impact on the sales. However, coming out of GDC, it was announced that Metro Exodus actually sold 2.5 times better on the Epic Store than Metro Last Light on Steam in the same time period. Now, there's a lot of different things you have to digest with the statement like that. You can't just look at that statement on surface level and think like the Epic Store is completely responsible for this, that Metro Exodus didn't see an impact in its sales. But it does beg the question, are people like me that are revolting at the Epic Game Store at least some elements of it? Again, I always say it's black and white. You guys have to understand that. It's not me always just entirely bashing the Epic Store. Some of you guys tell me that I'm an Epic Store dick rider. Some of you guys tell me I'm a Gabe Newell dick rider. You know, it's no winning with a lot of you guys. I'm just trying to come at this the most objective that I can, so we'll talk about that. And then I also want to highlight these Sekiro Shadows Die Twice reviews. Yes, the reviews are being posted right now, and is it a surprise? The game is getting some incredible reviews. Right now, the PC version on Metacritic is sitting on a 91, so it's doing very, very well. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Again, let's first go over the free game offerings. Oxenfree is the free game for the next 2 weeks on the Epic Store. This game is awesome. This is one of the few games I actually did a review for on my channel, so if you want to dig that up, I reviewed this all the way back in 2016. Don't do a lot of reviews. I think this is the only game review I've actually ever done, but nonetheless, it is a tremendous game. It's actually done by Night School Studio. An interesting tidbit, if you guys watch my last video, Night School Studio's next game, and After Party, is going to be an Epic Store timed exclusive, so it seems like those two are definitely in bed together. Now they're offering Oxenfree as a free game, so looks like with Night School Studio going forward, Epic Games is going to be an element of their game release. But let's talk about Oxenfree itself. This game game was actually done by some people that worked on the Telltale experiences, so you can definitely expect a narrative-driven experience here. It's a coming-of-age story. A group of teenagers go away on this island for a vacation, supernatural beings are introduced, and all hell breaks loose. However, the highlight of Oxenfree is really the character-on-character interaction. It's very relatable, and if you guys are, say, in your late teens, early 20s, I think you guys are gonna see the game as very, very relatable in how the characters interact with one another, as you guys probably interacted with your friends in a similar way very, very recently. So I just think it's a cool game in that regard. Also, the story is just really good. The art style's great. Goes for $19.99 on Steam, but again, right now you can get it for free on the Epic Store. If you already got the Epic Store downloaded and you're playing Fortnite on it or whatever the case may be, you might as well download the free game offerings like Oxenfree. And in 2 weeks, The Witness will also be free. So this was Jonathan Blow's game. Jonathan Blow also did Braid, and that game is pretty incredible. The Witness I don't think is as strong of a game as Braid, but it's a very good game in its own right, and of course from a technical standpoint it's a lot superior. We'll talk about The Witness when it's actually available on April 4th, but I did want to give you guys the heads up on that. Moving on from that, now this is something a lot of PC gamers are talking about right now, and that is the fact that coming out of GDC 2019, it was announced that Metro Exodus sold 2.5 times better on the Epic Store than Metro Last Light did on Steam in the same time period. Now, there's a lot to digest with a statement like that. First of all, Metro Last Light released all the way back in 2013. Since then, the Metro franchise has definitely grown, and PC gaming, I feel like, has grown as well. And PC games are generally just doing a lot better than they once did. Look at all the Capcom game releases, look at all the Sega game releases. Those games are selling very, very well. So time period wise, it's not really fair to compare a 2013 big budget game release to a 2019 big budget game release. I think in 2019 a big budget game is just inherently gonna do better. But hey, that's one element of this. You also have to assess the fact that Metro Exodus got a crap ton of promotion on Steam directly. This game was being promoted on Steam. A lot of people were seeing the game on Steam. And this is a topic I've been talking about. 4A Games utilized Steam as a platform to promote the game, but then they bait and switched, got all that promotion, and then they signed on with the Epic Store for 1-year exclusivity. How scummy does that sound? But at the end of the day, they got the promotion, they got that fat check from the Epic Store, and 4A Games is the development studio. The publisher is actually the ones that are responsible for that. I should mention Deep Silver. They made the deal. It's a complete Deep Silver thing. 4A Games is irrelevant. They're the development studio. They worked hard on Metro Exodus, and we should give them credit. But Deep Silver, they promoted the game on Steam for so long, got all of that promotion, and then the bait and switch got some money from Epic Store and then released the game on there. A little bit fancy of them doing that. I think they made out like bandits there, and nobody's really given them the flag they deserve on that. That's something that's just really come to my attention recently, as all of these other Epic Store exclusives have been announced. Like, guys, you're getting all this promotion on Steam, and then you're screwing Steam over by announcing these Epic Store exclusivity agreements. Steam's got to do something about that, where if you list your game on Steam and we're gonna help you promote your game, don't go and stab us in the back by signing these exclusive agreements. We're helping you promote the game, we're listing the release date as such for a specific window, and then you're releasing the game on the Epic Store exclusively. That's kind of whack. But at the same time, can it also be an argument of maybe we're the vocal minority? Yes, I'm upset. A lot of you guys are upset. A lot of people on Reddit and Twitter are upset. But are we just the vocal minority? Are we just the people talking bad about it? But at the end of the day, I'm only getting 10 to 20,000 views a video. 10 to 20,000 people maybe agree with me. Some of them don't even agree with me. And then the rest of the people, are they just buying these games anyway? Again, not everybody is watching these videos. Not everybody is on Reddit all the time reading what's going on with the Epic Store. A lot of people just want to play the game at the end of the day. And again, maybe we're just the vocal minority. I'm sure Metro Exodus took a hit by not being on Steam, but how big was that hit? We'll never know, because the game is gonna see the release on Steam a year from now, and we can't go back in time and then compare a Steam release versus an Epic Store release. That's just not possible. I'm sure the game did take a hit. However, considering that Epic Games definitely gave Deep Silver a crap load of money and the game still sold relatively well on the Epic Store, I think Deep Silver in this scenario made out like bandits, and I do think if this is the normality going forward, I think it's just going to open the floodgates for more and more Epic Store exclusives. Again, maybe at the end of the day, we're just the vocal minority, and that's kind of a little bit of a bummer. But if people want to play the game and they're willing to go on the Epic Game Store to play the game, and hey, at the end of the day, they did save $10 on the game as well. It was released at $49.99 on the Epic Store. More power to them. It's not something that I want to do. I'll wait for the Steam release and then I'll play it then. If they want to do more things to win over somebody like me to join the Epic Store and play more of the new releases on there, they got some work to do. But for people that are dying to play these games, if you want to go on the Epic Store and play these games, knock yourself out. That is completely within your right. Don't let me tell you otherwise. And lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up on Sekiro Shadows Die Twice reviews that are coming out right now. It has a 91 on Metacritic. Now, that is just based on 5 critic reviews. It's fluctuating a little bit, but all of the reviews are looking very, very positive. And I said in yesterday's video that I imagine that this is going to be one of those games that is going to be worth your full $60. Now, I believe Green Man Gaming is actually selling the game at a little bit of a discount. So if you want to get it there and save a little bit of money, you can do so. The high IQ move is to buy the game on Steam, play it for a little bit, and if you don't like it, you can refund it there. And even if you do like it, refund it anyway, and then buy the Steam key on Green Man Gaming. That is the high IQ move that I always talk about. But you guys can do whatever you want. IGN specifically gave the game a 9.5, Gaming Trend gave it a 9.5, Sixth Axis gave it a 9, GameStar gave it an 8.8, and then Juke's Video gave it an 8.5. Those are the reviews out right now. I believe the PlayStation 4 Metacritic score is at a 90, and the Xbox One is at like a 92. So it's pretty high all around, and good to see that From Software has delivered yet again. Again, I think coming off of the release of this game, From Software is gonna start being seen as one of those elite game studios that every game they put out, you're just inherently excited for it because, hey, it's a From Software game. You know they're gonna deliver something incredible. Just look at their track record at this point. Demon's Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, even Dressenay on the PlayStation VR was really, really good. And now they've delivered yet again with Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Do I want to see them do a Bloodborne 2? Do I want to see another Souls game? Sure, but it goes to show that they can create more and more compelling experiences. Sekiro does follow in the footsteps of the Souls game in being that it's a challenging action-adventure title, but it does introduce a lot of new elements, and it looks like they've nailed those elements to a T. So great to see that kind of level of quality from Software yet again. Of course, the game will be out tonight, and everybody will be able to play it. And by the way, it's only a 12 gigabyte preload in an era where we're getting games that are like 70, 80, 90 gigabytes, 100 gigabytes. It is great to see a game that is just a 12 gigabyte preload, so that is awesome as well. So if you guys are excited for Sekiro, I think that excitement is warranted. And again, I think this is going to be a game that's going to be well worth your entire $60 or $55 or whatever the hell you end up paying. That's going to conclude this video, guys. Again, you can get Oxenfree on the Epic Store free right now. The Witness will be available for free in 2 weeks. Metro Exodus sold 2.5 times better on the Epic Store than Last Light did on Steam. That's within the same time window. A lot of different elements to assess there, but maybe we are the vocal minority in complaining about the Epic Store all the time. Again, I've always said black and white area. There are some good, there's some bad, and I will always assess it from an objective standpoint. And Sekiro Shadows Die Twice doing very well from a review standpoint, so that's great as well. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.